Well, good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal on a rainy, no, spotty would be the word, I think. Spotty Tuesday morning. Inasmuch as I have raindrops, not on my head, no. I have raindrops on my windshield, and it looks as though we've got some more clouds coming in, and you're going, where's your raincoat, Sal? Well, it's hanging on the back of my door, of course. Where else would it be? And then you all know I've got Carly's trusted umbrella, Stella the umbrella, with me. And that suddenly worries me a little bit, because I think I heard them say something about thunder, which would also lead me to believe lightning. But that was only after I got in the car and started driving. So, this is called Life as an Experience, to be enjoyed. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about today. Number one is I had an email from Nana, and she suggested a great topic. Really loved it, which was, how do you love yourself the way you love others? For a lot of people that is an issue. And I, in my head, logically said, wait a minute, I won't be able to do that until later in the week, because I promised this week I'd talk about this other subject, which was that I would talk about getting more social. And then I thought, wait a minute, maybe the two are linked. So that's what I wanted to find out. Is the reason we're not more social that we don't love ourselves as much as we love others? And again, I would say I'm pretty sure that we would suggest other people do more social things in order to, live life. So here's the point that I really think I know. If we stay closeted inside our homes, it is true that we will miss a lot of aggravation. If we stay in our homes, we won't have to deal with people doing things their way. We won't have to deal with their idiosyncrasies. We won't have to deal with their idea of time, or whatever else it is that really frustrates you about people. But the truth is, we also cut ourselves off from an awful lot of joy. And that is the part that I think we all need to have a look at, which is, why don't we just take baby steps to be more social? Now, for some of you, being more social might be as simple as signing up for some sort of course at your local whatever, the Y, your local adult education facility, what it doesn't really matter where, Pilates, yoga. Doing something like that is social. You're actually going to interact with real life people. And you're going to deal with their real life issues. I think the most common denominator that I have seen in people with depression, for example, is they isolate. And when you ask them why, well, they can't handle people anymore. Well, the reason they can't handle people anymore is because they don't expose themselves to people anymore. They do everything in their power to stay away from people. And then that becomes the norm, and therefore seeing people is a problem. So if you love yourself, you will understand that you are also being incredibly selfish. For example, I had a friend of mine who I know I haven't seen for a couple of months, and I want to because she's a delight. And I realized that part of the reason was that she was not doing too well in certain ways. So I wrote to her and asked her if it was time for a laughter lunch. And the reason being, they have seriously messed with the road work here. Can I come in here? How can you resist? Okay. Yesterday they had messed the road up so that you couldn't do what I was just trying to do. Today, now I end up in the wrong lane. Go figure. People. What were we saying? Anyway, so the point was that if you keep yourself away from everybody, you actually are being very selfish, because I'm pretty sure that some people find you quite a nice person. So if you love yourself, you will not deny them the pleasure of seeing you. Maybe you're the only friend they've got. If you love yourself as much as you love others, you would treat them accordingly. I quite often, and I hope you do as well, I quite often say to myself, now what would Sal tell me? You know what I mean? It was just like things will be going on and I go, wait. What would Sal tell me? Because there are times when I actually fall into the trap myself, because I'm human. And I don't do enough. I get so tied up with I come home from work, the excuses, right? Come home from work and I'm exhausted. I haven't got time to make that telephone call. I haven't got time to make that date to go and have lunch or do whatever. And then, oh gosh, I got to do the vlog, so I get all tied up in that. And so you look at it and you go, this is very easy. It's very easy to let your life get in the way of your happiness. Here's a nice quote. Sophie, it's easy to let life get in the way of your happiness. I really do believe that. In order to have a joyful life, you have to make time for it. If you want to love yourself the way you love others, start looking at what you do for others and ask yourself, why don't I do that for myself? If you buy presents for your friends and then tell the world that you don't have enough money to buy presents for yourself, I believe the expression is that charity begins at home. Or if you're so busy spending money on yourself, throwing it away for whatever reason, on whatever it is that you can justify, and that you don't go out because you don't want to have the expense of picking up flowers or whatever, that's another great excuse. I don't have the, I haven't got the money to do that. Really, it's a cup of coffee, or it is a whatever, one less lipstick this week, or whatever it is that you waste your money on. For an evening of making somebody feel a lot better about themselves, and that person may be you. So I sort of look at it and I ask myself, have I become less social as I got older? Yes, absolutely. And I'm certain a lot of you will agree with it. As I got older, I got less and less social. But then I no longer define myself by the number of parties I go to, where I think for a part of my life I did. Mind you, I also had the energy. Some of you will relate to that. The thing that I have really valued is I have really got it firmly in my head now that people don't need a 5-course meal if you want to invite them over. I used to not invite people over because I always thought I had to produce a meal the way that my mother did, which was, 5 courses, white damask tablecloths, silver chandeliers, the candelabra rather, the whole catastrophe. That's how I was taught to entertain people. And, needless to say, it took a lot of getting used to find out that I actually am not that sort of an entertainer. I'm capable of it, I guess, or I don't actually enjoy it. I much prefer okay, let's have a roast dinner, but let's have everybody helping me in the last half an hour get the table laid. I don't have any qualms anymore about getting my guests to lay the table, or to get things ready for me, or carve, or do any of those things. I would have been horrified to do that before. It would have shown that I was an inadequate host or hostess. Now I don't give a damn. This is called, okay, fine guys, lay the table. And then, of course, because it is who it is, you need to go through your checklist and go, did they really put salt and pepper on the table? Did they put, you're going to go down your list. But if you've got children love to do things like that. Teaching your children how to lay a pretty table is not only a really great idea, but also they will remember it for a lifetime. They will remember what it looks like, and I bet you that they will want to repeat it when they become adults. I can always remember when I had children, the children used to love to lay the table for me because they thought it looked so pretty. And it wasn't that difficult for children to do. And I even taught them how to make the fancy napkin things. We'd spend time together trying those new napkin folds. We make it look like a swan or a fan or whatever. Kids love that. And to be able to show off and do that, and if we had a family meal and the kids did that, and we had guests, I'd always say, by the way, if you thought the table looked pretty, no, this wasn't me. The children did this. And people would look at me and go, what? And all the children would sit there, looking like $1 million, and I go, oh yeah, the children did this. So I look at it and go, are we loving ourselves the way we love others? I think it's a great topic, Nana. And I thank you for it, because I think all of us would say no. I'm pretty sure. Almost everybody would say no to that. So that's another thing we may want to just be aware of, that you're not, people, if you're not treating yourself as well as others, you're not alone. I think most people fall into that trap of not doing so, including myself. But what I do believe is we can have a look at it and make a decision to love ourselves more. Now, if you know that you actually quite enjoy people once you're out, it's a bit like me and getting my body outside my front door. Once I do that, I can exercise. So my point being that sometimes it's as simple as we don't make the telephone call. So in order to inspire others, which we know is what we all do, whether we mean to or not, in order to inspire others, why don't we all arrange something? Right? Arrange to go and meet somebody for a coffee. That doesn't cost much. Arrange to, if you can't get out of the house, arrange to have somebody come visit you. Arrange to do something. Go to a movie or have somebody bring a movie to you. Do you know what I mean? Let's stop the excuses and let's do something to entertain ourselves without it being with us. Make a bit of time to be joyful. Now, there are obviously lots of other ways that we need to look after ourselves better and show that we love ourselves more than others, and we'll talk about that. So, Nana, keep reminding me on this one, because I think we should do almost one of these a week in terms of different aspects of this. So good subject. Thank you, Nana. I love it, by the way, when you guys come up with subjects, and I won't choose them all for various reasons. I might have other stuff going on, but I do actually keep notes in my phone so that when I'm having what I call a dry day, I can sort of look at it and go, oh yes, that's right, somebody mentioned that we should do something on that. So it's always nice when you let me know what it is you'd like me to talk about. Today, being Tuesday, I would like you to challenge yourself to make an arrangement. We'll have that as our word of the day, arrangement. And the arrangement is either invite somebody to come and visit you if you can't get out, or you go and make an arrangement to visit somebody else. And by the way, you don't have to do this for the wrong reasons. Do it for the right reasons. Arrange it with somebody that really amuses you, or somebody that you find fascinating, or somebody that really makes you feel valued. You see, this is being a totally looking after yourself arrangement. This is not about go and visit somebody in hospital, that's looking after them. This is about looking after you. If you've always wanted to play with food, bake something stupid, phone up a friend who's got a good sense of humor and say, hey, do you want to throw some flour around the kitchen with me? I've been dying to do X, Y, and Z, but I want somebody to laugh with. Make it an amusing moment. Memorable. Remember, life's about memories, not about things. It's about memories. Good. All right, so make an arrangement day. Have fun with that. And I will report back and let you know what arrangement I have made. I will ask you all to please be more aware of looking after yourself as well as you look after others. But on the other hand, for some of you, I would ask you to look after others as well as you look after yourselves. Because if you are isolating yourself, then what about finding somebody else that you know is isolating and arrange to meet up with them? And you know all the excuses they're going to give because they're the same ones that you give. Don't accept them. Just smile and go, yeah, I give those excuses all the time. This is DearMamaSal saying, look after one another, but most of all, look after yourself. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.